All right, we're on to chapter 2, you guys. It's called Coffee, Tea, or Soda. And in this chapter, you have three guiding questions. One is why were the high schools in Little Rock, Arkansas closed? And then the second and third question are about Daddy and Marley. How does Dad feel about integration of schools? And then what's your evidence? And then not Marley, Mother. How does the mother feel? So, thinking about Marley's dad and Marley's mom, how do they feel about the integration of school? And what are your pieces of evidence from the text? So let's jump right in to chapter 2. Chapter 2, Coffee, Tea, or Soda. That evening after dinner, we all sat down in the living room to watch TV. By we, I mean my family, mother, daddy, Judy, and me. I have an older brother too, David, but he just moved out the week before to start college. My sister and brother and daddy are the only ones I really feel comfortable talking to. So I missed David something terrible. In fact, when mother made a fresh batch of iced tea for dinner, I almost started crying. You see, to me, people are like things you drink. Some are like a pot of black coffee, no cream, no sugar. They make me so nervous I start to tremble. Others calm me down enough that I can sort through the words in my head and find something to say. My brother David is a glass of sweet iced tea on a hot summer day when you've put your feet up in a hammock and haven't got a care in the world. Judy is an ice cold Coca-Cola from the fridge. Sally is cough syrup. She tastes bad, but my mother insists she's good for me. Daddy's a glass of milk, usually cold and delicious, but every once in a while he goes sour. If I have to ask one of my parents a question, I'll pick him because mother is hot black tea, so strong she's almost coffee. Mother and I don't actually see eye to eye or even elbow to elbow. She's always trying to get me to do stuff. Invite that girl over, volunteer at church, read to that poor blind lady down the street. I know she loves me, but sometimes I think she wishes I were more like Judy. Mother and Judy like to read fashion magazines and go shopping. They get their hair done once a week and read long romantic novels like Gone with the Wind. Despite our differences, Judy and I get along, but Mother expects me to be thrilled when she brings me home a skirt or a new sweater set, when what I really like is a new slide rule. Ever since the Soviets sent up that Sputnik satellite last year, I've been studying real hard. Maybe someday I'll study mathematics at college and become a rocket scientist. One thing is, when our teacher told us last year that our country needs more of us to study math, I think she meant more boys. I watched all those talks on TV about the satellite really closely, and I didn't see any experts who were women. That evening, we were watching our brand new 1958 RCA 21-inch mahogany television console. It was so large that we had to move an armchair into the garage to make space for it in the living room. With rabbit ears on top, it got three whole channels. Governor Faubus was on television, giving some sort of talk about Southern pride and communists, and okay, I tried to pay attention, but it really didn't make much sense. I was more worried about who my teachers would be this year. Teachers are definitely coffee. When they call on me in class, it makes me so nervous I can't say a thing, even when I know the answer. So there's always a rough patch at the beginning of the year when I'm breaking them in. People sometimes think I'm stupid because I'm so quiet, but I'm not stupid. I'm scared. Scared my voice will get all squeaky and people will laugh. Worried I'll look dumb if I say the wrong thing. Concerned about being a show off if I get the answer right. Convinced that if I start talking, people will notice me and I won't like the attention. Turn off the TV, Marley, Daddy said suddenly. I jumped up to do as he asked. I could tell by his tone that something was wrong. I can't believe the governor would rather close the schools than have you go with a couple of Negroes, Daddy said to Judy. That's not what he said, Mother snapped. It's about states' rights, preserving our way of life, and respecting Southern traditions, not to mention maintaining the peace. There you have it, girls. Daddy's voice was pleasant, but there was a bite to it. Judy frowned. But what will I do all day? You can get a head start on the fall cleaning, said Mother. Maybe wash the windows. Judy made a face. Or you can help Betty Jean with the laundry. It's up to you. I'll bring home a reading list and a math book to keep you busy after that. Betty Jean was our new maid. We never had one before, but with Mother going back to work, we needed someone to do the laundry and the cooking. Daddy's been an English teacher at Forest Heights Junior High for a long time, but Mother's first day of teaching home economics at Hall High School was supposed to be tomorrow. Do you have to go to work? Judy asked. Yes, said Mother. Hall is closed to the students, but I signed a contract, so I have to go. What about Marley? Does she have to go? Judy asked. That was just what I wanted to know. Yes, said Daddy. Only high schools are closed. No one is trying to send Negroes to the junior highs. Not yet, said Mother. Daddy ignored her. We kissed our parents good night and went back to our room. Lucky you, I said to Judy as I walked into the bathroom to brush my teeth. I was starting at Westside Junior High, and I wasn't excited about it at all. Yeah, Judy whispered, lucky me. As I brushed my teeth, I wondered how I'd feel if a colored girl was sent to my school. Sally said you'd get lice if you sat too close to one of them. But Sally also said if you lit a candle in a bathroom and turned away 3 times, you'd see a ghost in the mirror. I tried it once when I was 7 and there was no ghost, just a lot of melted wax on the countertop. I didn't believe much of what Sally said after that. There had been a colored girl in one of Judy's classes last year at Central High School, the best high school in all of Arkansas. For the first time, 9 Negroes had enrolled. Minnie Jean Brown, Elizabeth Eckford, Ernest Green, Thelma Mothershed, Melba Patillo, Terrence Roberts, Gloria Ray, Jefferson Thomas, and Carletta Walls. That was a mouthful, so people just started calling them the Little Rock Nine. The integration had gone so badly that President Eisenhower sent in soldiers to help keep the peace. I remember Daddy talking about being polite to the Negroes and Mother biting her lip. I'd been so busy watching both of them, I'd never thought to ask Judy how she felt about it. All I knew for sure was that she hadn't gotten lice. When Judy walked into the bathroom, I opened my mouth to ask, but my mouth was full of toothpaste, and by the time I'd rinsed and spit, her mouth was full of toothpaste, and then it was time to go to bed. Judy fell asleep quickly, but I kept tossing and turning. Usually the lions roaring lulled me to sleep, but they were silent tonight, as quiet as the halls of Central would be tomorrow. Finally, I got up and went into the kitchen for a glass of milk. Mother and Daddy were talking in the living room. Almost sounds like you're an integrationist, I heard Mother saying. I don't think it's such a big deal if Judy's at school with a few. You want our girls associating with Negroes? Asked Mother. A few colored students wouldn't. Race mixing. That's what it'll lead to, said Mother. I stood in front of the open fridge in my nightgown, clutching the bottle of milk and shivered. Race mixing was a scary thing. At least people always talked about it like it was polio or something. The thing was, the races didn't really mix in Little Rock, not in the bathrooms of department stores, nor in the water of the swimming pools. In fact, I don't think we'd ever had a colored person in our house until Betty Jean showed up ironing last week. There wouldn't have even been any trouble last year if the governor hadn't. Richard, watch what you're saying. I'm not saying anything I don't mean. Do you want people to call us communists? Mother asked. The milk bottle slipped from my hand and crashed to the floor. So much for eavesdropping. My parents ran into the kitchen. Oh, Marley. Mother grabbed a towel and began to mop things up. Now there'll be no milk for breakfast. Sorry, I whispered. Mother just kept wiping up the mess. My father poured me a glass of water and walked me back to my room. We weren't arguing, he said when we got to my door. I nodded, but when he leaned over to kiss me good night, his eyes twitched like it always did when he was lying. Interesting. All right, so go ahead and revisit your 3 questions for this chapter.